game encircled in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And we are underway from Indianapolis. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right to the air goes Sanders. Connecting with Kupp here on the out route. There you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Out of the gun here, Sanders. Well, he'll find Hall. And he'll go down, but not before getting us inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
So I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Throwing, Sanders. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now Sanders. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Travis Hunter. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Dolphins are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Looking to put a drive together. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Jeremy Crawshaw
The Colts send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. And taken right at the 35. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football.
At their own 47-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Perfect start to the season on their first drive last time out, able to find the end zone. Now we'll see if they can make it 2 for 2 here in week 1. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
To throw now, here's Sanders. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
19, go. Ready.
Sanders to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's good for a Dolphins first down. 1st and goal, Miami.
Here's Sanders. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Ready.
To throw is Sanders. Now he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Shedeur Sanders Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Dolphins lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Tyler Loop set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. And they run the toss to Bigsby. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
Davis-Price on 1st and 10. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
That's another Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Motion. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 34. Here's Nix. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
15 at the 38-yard line.
44.
Throwing Nix. And this is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Motion. Ready.
Off the play fake, Nix. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Juwan Jackson, 38 yards. And the Colts have got it back to within a score. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in the touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Start.
In motion, the tight end. Sanders. He completes it to Hunter. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
It's a gain of 34.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
Now he's going to step up and run. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Rockets spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage, but when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he avoided a sack and didn't lose yardage.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Third and 12.
60 Maverick. 60. Let's go now. Bronco 80.
Slot man moves right. From the gun on 3rd down, Sanders. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. And this one is right down the middle. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Captain. Oh, I said. Ready. My name is Hunt.
And Bigsby once more. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Brought down on the play by Deron Bland.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now 2nd and 5. Here's a give to Bigsby. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Ready. My name is Hunt.
On 3rd down, here's Bigsby. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 58 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Here's Bigsby. And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. Look at the big fella go. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Sam Laporta as the first half is winding down. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Colts 14. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
23 yards. First down, Dolphins.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
18 Cardinal.
In motion goes the tight end. They'll look to throw now on first down. Now he'll tuck this and run. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The final shot before break. Sanders. A quick pass to Cup. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that is no good. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Bombers. Almost set. Ready.
To the outside, that's complete to Williams. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
That one complete to McConkey. Down the right sideline. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
To the left side, he's got McConkey. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Led McConkey. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
His kick is
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will make this a 4-point game.
17. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Ready.
Back to throw. Sanders. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit. We decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a yard. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here we go. Set. Panthers. Trap 50. Trap 60.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 40. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Second and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener.
Come on. Hey.
From the gun, it's Sanders. They're able to locate Andrews here on the out route. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Get it. Gravity lying. Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Ricky Pearsall, 27 yards. And the Dolphins have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. And that is the definition of yards after catch. They go short on the pass, and the receiver does the rest.
Seems so harmless, doesn't it? To throw it underneath, a short pass like that. But boy, it gets dangerous in the hands of the right receiver as he makes a move and takes it the distance.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big pickup of 38. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching. And how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. Nick's going to keep this himself. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Davis Price up the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Almost set. Ready.
They'll run the toss to Davis Price. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. A nice stick and stop for a loss there from Jalen Phillips.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Almost set. Sponge. No.
On the carry, Bigsby. He will push his way down to about the 14. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves him still needing 11 here on third down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Bombers.
To throw is Nix. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Boswell's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this fourth quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great fourth quarter.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing, Sanders. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Hunter. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
So a nice throw there. And, CD, I'd have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
You know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And a check down complete to Hall.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on 4th. It would be 58 yards from here. That is caught. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 27-yard line. The rookie from Colorado on target with that throw. They've got a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Shedeur. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
13 more.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
He dumps this one off here to Hall.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Second down and 8.
18, Rodwell. 18, Bronco 80.
To throw now. Here's Sanders. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Ready?
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week one. Here's third down now. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they're looking at fourth down now in this tie ball game.
A 30-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the fourth, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here's first and 10. This one finds McConkey. He finds some open field here. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Ladd McConkey. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. Important extra point up and through. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
This is first and 10.
Ready?
He's back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 7.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Here comes second down. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's caught at the 25. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 70 yards. And the Dolphins answer back with it. Does the big boy have the juice? And all the way into the end zone. Well, it might be the craziest occurrence of this play since the new rule was enacted prior to the 2015 season. And now this game is tied. Every time you think you've got this game figured out, it just keeps getting wilder and wilder. And now we are tied in the fourth quarter.
Neither one of us knows of coaches that sleep well when they're trying to coach a ball game. How about these guys? That's not going to happen at all after what we've witnessed in this game.
Their own 34-yard line.
They'll come up first and 10 here.
Captain. Oh, my son. Ready?
On the ground with Bigsby to start the drive. Now he's free at the 35. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
Oh, my son.
On first and 10, it's Gibson. And
Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Goal to go.
Here we go. First and goal.
Almost set. Ready.
Davis Price is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here's first down.
Mustang 19. Here we go. Set.
He'll look to throw.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now.
19 Lions. 70 Timberwolves. 19 tight. 19 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. Ready?
Back to throw.
And he is caught. Downfield is Pearsall. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save the timeout.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Get it.
They'll look to throw. Yeah, he'll find Hall. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Here's Sanders.
Throw left side, completes a cup. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
Now 1st and goal. Sanders to throw. Now he's going to step up, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Ready. 18. Hot. Lightning. 18. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Warriors 70. Dragon 60.
Now Sanders.
And it's caught. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. To throw is Sanders. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Colts have just about sewn up this football game.
Sanders' pass intercepted. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Indianapolis, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.